Welcome, medium length, different story, new plot. Like and subscribe. My son Malik told me he was going to visit his father's grave. He said it with quiet dignity, standing in the doorway with his hands folded like a dutiful son. Mom, it's been 3 years. I want to sit with Dad for a while. His voice trembled just enough to sound sincere. I felt something warm flicker in my chest, the foolish, eternal hope only a mother can have. That's good, Malik, I said. He would want that. But the moment he left, that warmth turned into a sharp ache. For 3 years I had been praying for one thing. That grief would make him a better man, not a desperate one. I grabbed a small bouquet of white lilac and followed quietly, staying far behind. I didn't want to spy. I wanted to believe. The cemetery was quiet, the autumn wind shaking dry leaves over the marble stones. I walked toward my husband's grave, but before I reached it, the new groundskeeper stepped out from behind a tool shed. A young man, pale, nervous, his cap pulled low. "Nab," he whispered urgently. "Don't go there right now." I frowned. "Why?" "My son is there." He swallowed hard. "That's exactly why. You should see what he's really doing." Something inside me froze. He led me behind a row of overgrown rose bushes where the thorns brushed my coat. From there, we had a clear view of the grave. Malik wasn't kneeling. He wasn't praying. He wasn't even looking at the headstone. He was removing it. With help. A second man, a wiry, tattooed, wearing gloves, lifted the stone like it was just another object to move out of the way. Beneath it was a wooden box. My husband's burial box. My husband's private research notes, his rare coins, and the sealed envelope he left for later. The one I had never opened. All had been buried with him by his request. They were meant to stay with him forever. The tattooed man pried the box open. Malik leaned over, eyes gleaming with an excitement I had never seen on him. Not for birthdays. Not for school. Not for life. "There it is," Malik whispered. "That coin alone is worth 20,000. The letters, maybe even more." The tattooed man chuckled. "You sure your mom won't notice it's gone?" Malik scoffed. "She barely leaves the house. And she still thinks Dad buried memories. She has no idea." The words punched the air out of my lungs. I stayed frozen, clutching the roses so tight the stems snapped in my fist. The groundskeeper looked at me with pity. "I'm sorry," he said softly. "I figured. You deserved to know." I watched my son, my flesh and blood, reach into the box and pull out the items his father treasured so deeply he wanted them beside him for eternity. He stuffed them into a gym bag. No hesitation, no shame, not even a glance at the headstone. The tattooed man helped him close the grave again. Badly, roughly, leaving soil uneven and rocks scattered. My son looked pleased. "Let's move," he said. "We can pawn this stuff today." And just like that, he walked away. No goodbye to his father. No moment of silence. Not a single flower. The groundskeeper touched my arm. "You can go now. They're gone." I stepped out slowly, my legs trembling as I approached the grave. It looked wounded, violated. I laid the lilac down gently, but the softness inside me was gone. All that remained was calm, cold clarity. A mother's love is powerful, but it is not infinite. 3 hours later, Malik returned home, out of breath, smiling like a child who had won a prize. "Mom," he exclaimed, forcing a cheerful tone. "You won't believe the day I know where you were," I interrupted. His smile froze. He opened his mouth, but I held up a hand. "No lies," I said. "Not today." His expression shifted from confusion to guilt to anger. "Who told you?" He snapped. "It doesn't matter." He threw his bag on the floor. "Mom, you don't understand. That stuff was valuable. Dad should've." I stepped toward him, my voice steady. "Your father left those things with him because they mattered to him. You took them because they matter to you." "But Malik," I looked him straight in the eyes. You lost something much more valuable today. He scoffed. What money? No, I whispered. Me. His mouth opened to argue, but I didn't let him. I called the police already. They're on their way. And I told them everything. Malik paled. You wouldn't do that, he stammered. You already did, I said softly, and I walked away. For the first time in years, my heart was quiet, empty, but steady. I stood by the window as the police car pulled up. I didn't watch him get taken away. I just looked at the lily on my husband's portrait and whispered, I'm sorry it took me so long. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe.